The discussion will be moderated by Mr. Imran Hashim, IT Infrastructure Director, Medgulf, Saudi Arabia. Sir, would you come on the stage, please? Thank you very much. I'd also like to invite speakers on the panel, Mr. Yunus Mujera, IT and Digitization Director, Zakat, Tax and Customs Authority, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mr. Isa Al-Hurainis, Group Chief Retail Risk Officer, Al-Rajhi Bank, and Mr. Ahmed Darwish, Head of Digital Delivery, Bank of Bilal. Please put your hands together and let the panel talk begin.
Good morning, everybody, and have a great day ahead for everybody. So, the panel discussion is about the digital, the new norm in the banking, and we have 3 or 4 dignitaries who will be participating in this panel discussion. Banking has been evolving in Saudi Arabia in the recent times. And we have seen a lot of advancements in the recent times. The banking has evolved from the branch-based banking to the branchless banking. And we have seen a number of initiatives from the government of Saudi Arabia to support this digitization. And today, inshallah, we will have some discussion with the people who have a lot of experience in the banking sector in Saudi Arabia. Let me start my first question with Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed, what challenges and benefits do technologies bring to the banking industry?
Assalamu alaikum, good morning. I believe today we have a lot of disruptive and emerging technologies helping banks and financial sector to develop products and services for their customers. The old days when we have customers, they have to go to branches and start having internet banking, mobile banking, and these technologies help us out to move forward. I think today the startup technologies are widely there. We have almost more than 15 to 20 technologies and domains that can help us develop a lot of new services and products. And I think the Saudi market is one of the rich markets in capitalizing on those technologies. Today we have a lot of onboarding processes done fully online. All banks today almost they have this digital onboarding process. Up to the digital assets, we have all, if not touched this process or at least use it once. We have heard about people surrounding us. For example, getting personal finance, auto lease, home finance, fully digital. You can even digitally sign the contract digitally. You can, let's say, sign the promissory note. And with the legality and governance coming from Saudi government and government, SABA, Ministry of Justice, these kind of technologies now becoming even legitimate. So without having any concern about the usability and the legitimacy of these services, it is there now. So I can remember that I used to be approached by several companies talking to me about onboarding using, comparing the photo of the ID with the photo captured by the mobile or cell phone of the customer, and then they can just cross-check and make sure that this is the same person. Today in Saudi Arabia, the infrastructure is helping us a lot. With the disruptive technologies, you can just sign using your app share, use an email password, and then you are authenticated. Today we have also fingerprint and biometrics used for authentication, thanks to the infrastructure also that we have with the Ministry of Interior and the National Information Center. So all these disruptive technologies, along with the infrastructure that we have in Saudi Arabia, are helping us a lot to achieve much more development in our products and services.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for this great insight. My next question is Mr. Isa. I know that all the industries are regulated, and especially the financial industry is regulated a lot, and the government has full stakes into this. So can you please explain what kind of regulations and laws are there to support the new technologies, especially in the kingdom?
Assalamu alaikum. As you may aware that as part of the financial stability program and financial development for the financial sectors that was driven by the country initiative of 2030 and sponsored by the Central Bank of Saudi Arabia. So we have seen an appetite actually to test new things, new technology, and the new release of the open banking is giving also a very good boost to the fintechs. So the market is changing drastically, and also the sandbox that Sana is also open up to try new ideas, which was not the case before. And I think if you look also to the government, as my colleague Ahmed mentioned, around the infrastructure that today that Saudi Arabia has in terms of digitalization, we have very advanced, I would say, government infrastructure that support all these initiatives. And if you look to the retail banking in perspective, so the digital is going to continue, okay, and that transformation definitely will happen. And the branches that we see today is not going to be destroyed, it's not going to be disappeared. However, you're going to see smaller branches where it's going to be like a distribution channel, mainly to high valuable products like mortgage advisory, investment banking, some sort of corporate banking relationship, where it requires the touch in terms of the relationship. Anything else that will move, definitely, anything doesn't require a direct human relationship, that will move into the digital. Now, what created complexity in the digital, that after COVID-19, the customer expectations became very high around the digital and the delivery. So the customer is looking to transact with a seamless, and that creates a lot of challenge for banks, especially in the back end. So all the decision making in terms of maybe credit and approvals, that all of them has to be done digitally, which means that we need to build a very strong back end, like decision engine, behavioral score when it comes to retail, application score, etc., etc. Now, the regulation today is open up to the extent, for example, for electronic signature, it was not the case. So for Ministry of Judge, that is going to be like they have released a new regulation that allow you to go for fingerprint promissory note instead of physical signature. All these regulations that was introduced by the central bank helped actually the growth of the financial sector and the acceleration of digital. And I think what we're going to see, with the open banking, we're going to see a lot of aggregation. You can access one password, multiple bank accounts. So with this new use cases, I think the industry will continue to be growing faster and faster.
Thank you very much. We'd like to introduce Mr. Yunus into this. He has a great technology experience. Mr. Yunus, what kind of new technologies are there which are supporting banks to operate digitally, especially in this era?
More welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that we all noticed that we can have more services from the banking industry without reaching to human now. So previously, we need to only be a card, whatever kind of card we need to go to the branch. Nowadays, a little bit faster. Previously, we can notice that even the bank asks us our cards. We bring the pictures and we send it. Nowadays, it's just the numbers. It's go beyond integration, connect to the distributed TV, whatever regulation there is, get a verification, and here you go. Your card already in your phone. So we're moving forward to enable many challenges to the end users to have facilitate their fund and as much as they can utilize their loans and financial industry. Let's go to the second area of the major derivatives. Gentlemen, we're here to talk about regulation. Number one, we cannot use any digital signature that Dr. Ahmed mentioned without the regulation that's been approved, otherwise everyone will go to the stamp. So the main driven is the regulation. The second main driven we have is over here is the culture. Seeing the culture is creating a new product, a new application. So let's take the Saudi culture over here. A good word for all Saudis they know, which is called the Jamia, which is the cycling of the fund between 5 to 10 people, a number of people, in a certain time period. So nowadays there's a small application funded and supported by the ministries to have this kind of application that you fund every month and wait for your turn to collect a small amount of fund across the people. It's given an additional channel to the end user, retailers, rather than go to the banks. Now they can fund themselves as well. And we would love to have more details about having the opportunity so we can see how does the transactions go using the payment gateways and the e-wallet, and we want to see how does it go as a backbone of every services that we have. Financial is moving on, and every application has a payment as underneath as an integration. So the financial industry is the backbone, and moving forward, the best people now is supported is the banking. Unfortunately, the banking could not adopt all the opportunities over here. So now we can hear new telecom companies now introduce to the market as a financial industry, such as STC, payment gateways. In addition, all the big companies such as Apple, Google, and LG, Samsung, they created a payment gateway, Apple Pay, LG Pay, similar. So they're moving forward to support and fund the infrastructure of the financial for all the people independently and give them the opportunity to go deeply as much as we can. Addition, and I close, that addition to people that they can go in funding themselves by supporting their financial by going to the market easily without going physically. So now with the application that they fund it in small amounts in certain time that they will be beyond and supporting their financial part, going to the gold, oil, crypto, whatever currency, whatever market that you want to access, it's on your phone, you can access it and you can enable yourself to be participating in this company.
That's great. Just to continue the same thing, Mr. Yunus, what are the different kinds of challenges for these technologies?
Acceptance. People sometimes doesn't want to accept. If we go back to the history, when the ATMs were introduced, we can see that no one wanted to take their ATMs there, none of the ATMs. Go to the IVR, no one wanted to pay their bills through the IVR. Mobile app, first one is being introduced, don't use it. Online banking, don't use it. You're going to be hacked. Once you create a username and password, you're hacked. So now people doesn't want to go there. So the culture of accepting the changes is a little bit the most challenges is happening. The support of the government to enable the regulation that once you do this exercise, this channel, it will be supported and beyond by the government, Ministry of Justice. Everything is going to be legal. So don't worry, you can utilize this kind of services. Even though we can notice that traffic on the roads become reduced. If we go back to the history, we can see that 10 years ago that the Ministry of Interior, like the passport in Russia, it was the nightmare over there in the morning and the night. People all the time being there. MOI has been introduced. Several services have been identified, enabled to decentralize the services, allow the people to go on beyond to have their services back home and doing whatever they want, which is enable the cost and reducing waste all the time for the infrastructure that we have.
That's great. Mr. Ahmed, where do you see the future of banking going in the Saudi market, especially with respect to the Saudi Vision 2030?
This is really a very good question, a big question actually to answer. Maybe I need another hour. But just in a nutshell, in a nutshell, for sure, banking is heading toward open banking, banking as a service, and banking as a platform. For my opinion, customers will start using more fintech companies applications, and this will shift the front end from banks to those fintech companies. So from my opinion, banks will not going to develop channels like it was before, because the majority of the development of the channels will move to front end new players who are the fintech companies and TPPs. From bank side, I believe that we will start looking at the API calls, which is the back end calls coming from those fintech companies. So that a lot of traffic will come to the banks through this new channel called API channel, which is now being promoted by open banking regulation, which was officially launched by SAMA 5 days ago, exactly on the 2nd of November. And with the new 8 use cases SAMA is promoting, a lot of traffic will go through this open banking channel. From the other side, companies who are trying to provide their services, especially financial and banking services, using banking as a service, will also promote these services. طبعا in line with the Vision 2030 about the program of financial sector development, which is the FSDP, a lot of fintech companies will operate and start opening in Saudi Arabia. Today we have over 140, and this is what has been mentioned by the government in Seamless last week. We have over 140 companies now in the sandbox, and 19 of them has been graduated, so they are now officially licensed to operate in Saudi Arabia. The last was Jazz and another company. Tomorrow we'll see a lot more fintech companies and TPPs coming to operate in Saudi Arabia. The vision is to reach 500 companies by 2030, which is a huge number. I believe that Saudi Arabia is dominating the GCC in terms of fintechs and TPPs. I believe also that these 500s, not all of them will survive, because the one who is going to provide good products and services and innovative solutions for the customers will continue and will survive. Others will for sure close after maybe 2-3 years, whichever. I believe that today, after we have 7 wallets operating in Saudi Arabia, tomorrow we'll see 20. So for sure, for us as customers, we are not going to highly utilize all of them. For sure, today we know that STC Pay, for example, is dominating the wallet in Saudi Arabia, or wallet domain in Saudi Arabia, and some other mobile service provider like Mobile today, they have also Mobile Pay. So those will continue based on their customer base, coming also from the mobile operators. But others who are going to just come for a small idea or being just replicating whatsoever is there in the market is not going to survive. And I was talking to the CEO of Mobile Pay, Ahmed, I think last week, talking about we have to start differentiating Mobile Pay from other pays like Pay, STC Pay, and Europay. This has to become as an innovative and let's say initiatives for those pay companies and fintechs to innovate and start bringing new ideas to the Saudi market. And as per Abdulaziz Ahmed spoke a few days ago about the success of Seamless, Seamless has opened a new, let's say, opportunity for others to develop and for the payment industry in Saudi Arabia to also grow. So in line with Vision 2030, we should see a lot of innovative ideas, financial inclusion, digital inclusion, and other aspects of moving the industry toward the next level of agility.
True. Allow me to add a little bit details here. We can see that so many transactions are happening. The biggest of the e-payments is just that error message that you see. You can create a company. So with the payments gateway, they have a lot of the same error, which is payment has not been completed due to the insufficient fund. We can see it all the time. He tried to do the payment, but he doesn't have a balance, so the transaction has been canceled. This error message created new companies in the market, which is allowing you to have 2 to 3 months a period for a time that you can pay. You can introduce Tamala to go to the market, but there was people creating a company that will allow you to do the payment payment, even if you don't have any cash. So we can settle them in the next 3 months. If you go to the history and the privileges within the banking industry, they know your credit and you know the history of each one of us. So they make a decision instantly. They done a transaction, no money, no gain. So the problem is, don't make a decision as a human or as a system. Just don't make a decision. But if the AI or the robotic is being introduced, he will know that at that moment, this guy want to do a transaction, but he's insufficient fund. But 2 days ago, he had a very good amount. But now he doesn't. But I'm expecting from the forecast that this guy is going to have a salary, income. So I'll allow you to do this transaction, make your account in the minus, and then we go proceed to the next month so you can have it with 0 fee. So if you think about it this way, every transaction that's been done between end user and the system, it should be done. And you can be taking advantage from any business.
So that's a great insight. Just continuing the same, Mr. We're talking about the different payment gateways. So how do the payment gateways help the banks and the customers, and especially the corporate customers, to move forward, and how the government is regulating it?
So when it comes to regulation, I think this is a regulated industry. So regulation around payment is really that's why we are seeing a lot of payment companies approaching the market. Now the question, which one is going to be, how many ones that are going to be sustainable, and they will have the edge to compete, and they have a price advantage, which goes to solve all the costs, right? Now, when you look to the biggest, I think, including Amazon, right, the payment side. But if you look to Saudi market in particular, so I want to touch base on what my colleague has mentioned around, a niche market. So for any company that can come to the market, unless they can provide or serve a certain segment that's unserved by the bank. So when you look to banks, for example, banks, they've been doing the transaction for each side. Unless somebody or a fintech company that comes with an innovative solution, that is really creating a differentiation in the market. I don't think that they will have reach to compete. That's from a payment fintech perspective. Now, when it comes to the SME, I think mobile aggregator will play a good part in terms of helping those SME have visibility around their fragmented accounts in the different banks. Solution for SME, and even the government, they are pushing too hard to have SME bank now. It's already been announced maybe last week. And I do believe that the SME will accelerate. And the fintech will help, and all these payment solutions will help those companies to accelerate further. However, it's a question of where is the SME the right market to play. That's always the challenge for SME, because the market is also going into correction. What happened to after COVID-19, a lot of SMEs with a small capital, they get bankrupt. So now the market is consolidating again with a new regulation also from the government. Also the SME number at the front is disappearing from the market, which means that we are going into to see a new era of SME. But definitely that the regulation and the acceleration of the payment will help a lot of SME company. So if you look to buy now and pay later, this is a new concept, right? That was introduced to the market and rely heavily on the also payment gateway and relationship with the vendor. So if you don't bear any cost, like if you buy the credit card, you have to pay 24%. If you're gonna go for installment, however, if you use buy now and pay later, you don't need to bear any associated cost. And you're gonna still have a window of 2-3 installments where the other party will benefit from the rebate. He's not gonna charge you anything. So these type of ideas, or that can accelerate.
Yeah, Mr. Ahmed, what's your take on the e-wallets and how they are going to come in the Saudi market here? E-wallets.
Wallets. Yeah, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, today we have 7 wallets. I think we have, everybody knows about STC Pay, Mobile Pay. We have 2 banks having Your Pay, Lima Pay. We have Live, and we have Meme, as well as another wallet called Freddy's. These wallets are today, all of them are providing the same, almost the same services. I've seen even a comparison between the 7. In terms of service they provide, maybe one is having some advantages in additional service like Ahmed, the other one is having additional service like providing some service to even to pay salaries, with special rates, cashback, FX rates, whatever. So these differentiators now are a little bit tiny. I don't see much. I think in the future we will start seeing different features and functionalities on those wallets. I believe that within, let's say, 1 or 2 years, with this high competition, especially with those high players like STC, Mobile, Your Pay, I'm not sure about the Lima Pay, but I believe that they are doing well. Those key players will start competing to provide innovative solutions and services for the customers, relying on their capabilities, not only in terms of financial capabilities, also in terms of technology, size, reachability. For example, Arachi for Your Pay, they already have a big customer base, which is the largest customer base in Saudi Arabia, and retail market, which give them the high, let's say, reachability, can allow them to provide more services to their customers, and with the integration with the bank accounts in Arachi itself, this gives another advantage to the customers to start utilizing their, let's say, financial abilities towards getting better services and, let's say, legality points from the bank. So now I can see some, let's say, marriage between banks, mobile applications, and wallets in Saudi Arabia. I believe that this, if continue with the same manner and with the competition and innovation and let's say support of the government, for example, in open banking, banking as a service, and again banking as a platform, we will see definitely new and innovative products in the coming few years, which for sure will bring more customers who are not today in banking industry, those who are unbanked or underbanked customers. And I believe that we have about 29% of the population in Saudi, they are unbanked. So let's say we're talking about 30%, which is very high percentage. About is less than other countries. Like in Egypt, we have about 69% unbanked customers. So that's why wallets maybe in Africa is doing much better than our region, because the banking industry here is much advanced than these countries. However, with also 30% unbanked customers, we still have good percentage of unbanked customers. We can bring them into financial inclusion. The other part, which is also important, is the digital, let's say, literacy. And I think with the stage, or we have passed of COVID-19, majority of the people, even blue collars, now they are having or owning a smartphone. So having them also using wallets and start capitalizing on these features and functions, especially for minor amounts and these kind of things, which wallets can easily avail and make it easy for them to use. I think with this also, they will also come into the banking industry, at least at the wallet level.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. My next question is with Mr. Yunus. We always see the front end of the things. We see a lot of things happening, a lot of products being offered by the banks. At the back end, how do the banks use the artificial intelligence and the blockchain or some other technologies like this?
It goes both ways. It goes to the end user. They can see it as something that you cannot feel it. So the thing that you cannot feel it, a small example is the security guard part, cybersecurity. How do they secure the backend and see the algorithm and the track and the pattern? How does it go? But going to the second part that we utilize as services, we can see that we need an immediate response as an AI, as an always, to show the financial statement of mine and allow me with the better options to go with my next purchases. So we can go to the banks when we have a big purchases, payment gateways or the e-wallets. Till now it's not mature enough so people can go and buy a car or go to get married and pay with the STC Pay. It doesn't make really good sound. 2 million transactions go to these kind of things. People still have a doubt to do these big amount of transactions through these kind of things. Also the end of the regulation and the other companies to adopt these kind of services. You see that the debit card, credit card is the most popular, but going to the other organization, you will find it is not available. So that I can pay, for example, in Amazon STC Pay, for example, I need to do a transaction to transaction until to reach STC Pay, which is a very big challenge to SME. So those small people cannot easily facilitate, and they will go to the easy part, Apple Pay, STC Pay for both phones, select which phone and you pay it, and they can go. So still the back ends to be utilized and introduce the people how do they go to the next step by using AI is a little bit need to be organized. So let's imagine that we have the AI, which is us as a human. As a human, we are an AI. We want this function to be done, but we don't do it by ourselves. We don't go to work by our feet because we have our feet. We try to do these kind of analytics using an AI. We can use it as a human, but we don't want to use it, we utilize it. So let's take another field example. You're moving in your car and the field, and you have the Apple Watch or any smartwatch in your hand, and which is measuring your heartbeat. So you are using a GIS, moving with 120 kilometers per hour on the road, and your heartbeat is normal. Suddenly, there is a message being alerted that your health beat is being changed, not healthy, and your car speed, it should be 120, but now it's 0. So these kind of alerts, it need to have an immediate interaction. The human cannot be standby 24/7, just wait for this message, so he can distribute it to the ambulance or to the police or to the insurance company that you're expecting to have an accident to work in. So the AI is the thing that he has that the human cannot have is the quick response to take it to the next level. Also the payments from the back end of the story. I would love to do a transaction after the car accident didn't happen. I need to pay my fee to have these services. At the end, the insurance company will pay me back. You can see that still the process will take a long time until I achieve my things back in. That's mean that the absence of the three matrix, AI, machine learning, and robotics is there. So everyone right now in this session knows that he has a privilege, that he can change something in his organization or by himself. So think about that the AI is us. You, me, whatever pronunciation you want to have. So think about the machine learning is Michelle, and the robotic is Robo, which is a boy and a girl with the parents of the AI. For the machine learning, whenever you feed it, it will respond and better. Example, a chatbot. I need at least 100 agents to respond daily for 1,000 person or customer to be satisfied. But I know that I can make it as a machine learning, so I hire Michelle. Michelle will be over here, Michelle will be the chatbot. I need one person to support this and add all the questions and the responses and where to go and make it easy to the end user. But as an AI or as a people, as us, we will go to the robotic. The robotic will be interactive and proactively. He will reach you if you need something before you need something. For example, you have a notification that your request is being processed and need your confirmation to have an approval. So currently you have it as a notification in your phone that hey, your request has been completed. By the robotic, you don't need to wait. You can do it as a pre. I done this request, once it reaches my approval, then an approval. When the request has been done, the approval has been there, the card is in your wallet. So the robotic and the machine learning are supporting day-to-day activity for a quick response for better communication and easy transition. So let's everyone try to see what is going on and how does he invest day-to-day activity or annually in your organization in the domain of the AI or machine learning. If you don't start with yourself, us as a people, do we still text people through the WhatsApp? Or do we make it a voice message? Or do we use voice to text? Here's the thing, you can use whatever you want to use, it depends on the audience, what does he want to hear. So even though we have a voice also and your voice text, but it's us to have this legibility to understand and be quick. Our 10-year-old kids right now, if they're not fast enough using monkey time to time whatever they want, they will not be the next generation to take this amazing achievement of the e-wallets to the next level. E-wallets need to be introduced seamlessly. I can go and pay in any service that I want. I don't need to transfer my money in each wallet. I don't want to separate it. I want to be amazed. But we're going to go to the first challenge, which is the culture, meaning that if you travel to another company or another country, for example, Philippines, they are using something called G-Wallet. You don't have the G-Wallet, so you need to introduce it. So we're looking forward to unify it, make it easy, and hopefully that will be introduced very soon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yunus. My last question is with Mr. Isa. When we talk about the blockchain, the first thing that comes to our mind is the digital currencies, cryptocurrencies like bitcoins or likes of Ethereum or so on. When it comes to Saudi Arabia, is the government thinking of making its own cryptocurrency or digital currency?
So when it comes to digital currency, there was a project called Ahmed. It was an initiative by the central bank and UAE central bank as well. This program was it's like in a testing phase. It was for a year or so, and they have used a lot of use cases between internal transfer and cross-border. Apparently, from the research is already on some website. Apparently, the result is satisfactory. There is also a lesson learned that was being addressed to enhance it further. But you know, going with the digital, this is also something that is also political. So it requires a buy-in, from maybe all the GCC countries to have unified currencies. So I think this is coming. It will take time, a little bit, but I think that is coming in the pipeline. And that will make really the transfer is much cheaper and real time. Cost is going to be very low. And I think it makes sense for the government, where they can fix, the rate is to have their own digital currency, especially GCC countries. Like what they have done on the point of sale terminals, they have also a network that is also you can transact within GCC like you are transacting in KSA. So I think from what we have seen, the ambition is there. Now there is some challenges as well around different countries. They have different regulations, different setup, different infrastructure, which need to be relooked at.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, dear panelists. It was really great insight, and it was really a pleasure having you here. If anyone of the audience, if they want to have any questions on the panelists.
السلام عليكم. Allowed me to talk in Arabic, please. أنا اسمي محمد المرسل وشغال في قطاع رياضي، لكن صار له علاقة كبيرة مع تطور التكنولوجيا اللي صارت في البنوك. لنا تجربة بسيطة، هو مو سؤال لكن حتستغربون كيف المشاريع المحافظ اللي فتحت سواء CCP أو الإنبابي أو حتى طبعا الراجحي يوربي أو غيرهم اشتغلوا وكان لهم تأثير حتى في قطاعات فتح مشاريع رياضية. عندنا شركة رياضية والطريقة اللي اسمها عشان تصير دعاية، لكن تشتغل في الترفيه، تشتغل في الألعاب الكريكت ورياضة الباسكت بول السلة.
فالقطاع البنكي محتاج إلى رفع أعداد عملاء اللي يستخدمون هالمحافظ حقتهم كعملاء، وإحنا محتاجين إلى مال، وهالطرفين وصلنا لاتفاق مع STCB مع في البداية، بعدين اشتغلنا مع كل البنوك، صرنا ندخل كل هالزباين مجانا. مقابل ايش؟ مقابل نرفع عدد مستخدمين اليوزرز اللي صاير عندهم. يعني انا عندي مثلا في الكريكت الهنود والباكستانيين موجودين في السعوديه حوالي تقريبا السكان حوالي 4 مليون هندي وباكستاني. هذا بيحول فلوسه، بيحول رواتبه عن طريق احد الابلكيشنات الموجوده. انا اسهل له انه يدخل عندي مجانا في الالعاب هذه وفي النادي هذا مجانا، لان STCB او يوروبي دفع عنها. قبل ما يدخل المبنى حيفتح الابلكيشن وينزل، يسوي داونلود ويصير هو يوزرز واحد من المستخدمين. فكل ما يستخدم يحول الى عن طريق الحسابات، كل ما يدخل مجانا ويستخدم. فالتكنولوجيا والتقدم اللي قاعد يصير في قطاع البنك قاعد يشجع ويزيد حتى من التطور ودخل قطاعات قد تكون انتم كشغالين في القطاع البنكي ما انتم حاسين فيها. فهذه من الاشياء اللي صراحه زادت دخل كثير من عندنا، واصبحنا الحين عندنا عقد على وشك يوقع لمده عام مع يوروبي، مع البنك الراجحي بسبب هذا الموضوع، لأن نستطيع ممكن نجيب له قد نوصل 50,000 يعني 80,000 مستخدم. فأنا حبيت بس أقول إن هذا التطور يخدم قطاعات أخرى. شكرا.
حياك الله. بس هذه ملحوظة صغيرة، احنا طبعا مش هنتكلم بالعربي ولا بالانجلش، بالعربي طبعا. دلوقتي احنا كبنوك قطاع فاينانشال، الترند الجديد في التطور هو اسمه لايف ستايل ديفلوبمنت. از نوت اونلي فاينانشال. يعني مثلا في الحاله اللي انت ذكرتها مشهوره ان انت مثلا القطاع اللي بيلعب كريكيت الانديانز والباكستانيز attract them through their lifestyle. خلاص is a new trend in banking. احنا مش بعيد عنه، عشان انت قلت بس كده احنا عارفين عنه. لا احنا مش عارفين عنه، بس هو الفكره ان هو البرايورتيز بتاعتنا في الديفلوبمنت. يمكن بعد ما نخلص الاول الكور سيرفيس حاجه البنوك والفاينانشال وكده، اكيد جزء منها يعني النهارده مثلا شركات الانشورنس بمنتهى البساطه انت عندك سياره ممكن فيها بعض الديستراكشنز وبعض الصدمات البسيطه. كويس؟ انت كعميل النهارده عميل انشورنس ما بتستفدش من الانشورنس هذا بشيء، صح؟ تخيل كده شركه انشورنس فاينانشال سيكتور طبعا جات وصلت يوم كده في ثمامه ولا طلعت اي مكان وفتحت مكان كبير كده وجابت فيه شويه عمال او قالت لك روح الصناعيه اي معرض بس اعطيه له هذا الكوبون وانا راح اسوي لك اصلاح لهذه الاشياء الصغيره فري وتشارج على حساب شركه الانشورنس. ابتدينا ندخل في اللايف ستايل اكثر مننا العلاقه بيني وبينك هي علاقه فقط بزنس وفاينانشال. هذا نيو ترند اوريدي يمكن من 2021 مش بس 2020، لكن هو لسه ما شافش نور.
انا اقترح لما تسميه لايف ستايل تسميه جوده الحياه، لان البلد الحين في برنامج كبير اسمه جوده الحياه في السعوديه، وهذا جوده الحياه اللي للمقيمين او حتى للسعوديين وماشي مع اهداف الرؤيه. فهذا هو لايف ستايل، جزء اكيد لايف ستايل، لكن المفهوم العام هو جوده الحياه، واقترح انه يكون هذا الشيء.
اتكلم عن الرفض بس اتابع موضوع الرفض وحبيت صراحه نعلق على الموضوع انه الرفض كانت الى جوده
لا خلاص، هو كنت بس عايز اوضح ان ده اوريدي في الكونسلتيشن بتاع الفاينانشال سيكتور، بس هو بياتي تدريجيا. يمكن لسه ما ظهرش كتير من اليوز كيسز في الحياه. يمكن اليوز كيسز اللي انت شرحتها اليوز كيس اللي بتغطي على الاقل اول شيء كاستمر بيز اوف 4 مليون. ف 4 مليون عميل يعني بروسبكت للفكره دي يعني رقم عالي كويس ممتاز. اعتقد نفس الكلام بالنسبه للجاليات الاخرى، يعني انت لو فكرت في نفس الطريقه سواء على مستوى الجاليات او على مستوى اليوز كيس، اعتقد في افكار كتير جدا ممكن تطلع وتفري الحياه، كواليتي اوف سيرفيس او كواليتي اوف لايف، او اذا كان اللايف ستايل بتاع العملاء والاقتصاديه، وده هيربطهم اكثر بالبنوك والمصارف والفينتكس، وبالتالي هيخلي في اندماج اكثر في المجتمع بين الانتيتيز دي وبين المستخدم النهائي، وبالتالي كل ده تحسين الحياه داخل.
إذا وصلت رسالة اليوم يعني شفت واحد جت رسالة من البنك تقول لك الكفر اليوم على حسابك. بس صارت يعني إذا في أحد
هذا يصير من يوز باي.
This is part of you will receive, for example, during the weekend that grab the coffee in our expenses. So where the banks is moving, especially with digital. Digital, you need the reality. Reality, you need touch base the individual personal life. So coming forward, this also requires a lot of investment, as my colleague mentioned, artificial intelligence in the back end, based on your basically transaction, based on your payment behavior. You will get to know what's your hobbies, and on that basis we can offer you, okay, even the second offer, the third offer. This is something that is evolving over time.
أضيف على كلام الشباب أنا بالنسبة للطريقة الاتفاقية أو العقد مع البنك الأول هي فقط خطوة أولى راح تحتفل مع كل القطاعات.
Can you switch to English?
I appreciate it. Once you sign up with the first bank, this is the initial. That means that it's not going to stop in the first bank. You can continue there. You're looking for the attraction of the people. So the attraction of the people is who is interacting with me. I can guarantee that you might reach to MasterCard and Visa and international companies to sign a contract with them to support the international people to join and attend these kind of things. So what you've done right here, I'm going to say it's only the first step, and I will advise that you are not on the fast track. You're moving gradually, which is good. Always start smoothly for the first, second one to listen and learn what happened. After that, you will go massively. In the next year or two, you will sign 5 to 10 contracts and agreements with the financial industry مع 5-6 قطاعات أو e-wallets أو payment gateway التي تحاول تغطي على كامل السوق سواء محلي أو عالمي.
شكرا لكلامك صحيح. اخر ملاحظه عشان موجودين كلكم ماليين اعطيكم واقع خبره. مشكله انا تواجهتها اكثر الناس الماليين للاسف عندهم دورات في الماركتينج، للاسف كلهم متخصصين ماليا. انا بنصح الماليين ياخذون دوره في التسويق، لانهم صراحه حتى موظفين التسويق اللي تحت ادارتهم السي او هذا اللي ماسك القياده دائما يعني هو اللي يقرر، فغالبا ما عندهم تصور عن التسويق، درايه التسويق جزء للاسف بسيط. فالانصح بقوه حقين اللي تخصصهم مالي يبدون يركزون ياخذون دورات اكثر في التسويق. شكرا لكم.
We'll take it. Thank you very much for the advice.
Thank you very much.